Alright, so today is June 28th. And I have just come up with some massive breakthroughs in my health stuff. Look at the bun. She's been keeping me company here. Last night I was up so late. I figured out some really important patterns that correlate with the Zoladex, the really intense endometriosis injection implant med that I'm on, and my symptoms. Finding these patterns, I don't want to stay on the Zoladex anymore. I can directly correlate my symptoms changing and moving with the implants. And hi, sweet girl. I just feel like a weight is off my shoulders because I don't want to be on Zoladex the rest of my life. I am 100% convinced that Zoladex has been causing like severe depression, intense, intrusive, suicidal thoughts. And another really intense med I'm on called Premarin is helping to offset that severe depression and suicidal thoughts. But I don't want to be on a med the rest of my life that is causing that. In addition to neuropathy symptoms. And I mean, I probably have like 10 wild symptoms of neuropathy that are correlated to when I'm taking the Zoladex. And I just feel like this massive weight is off my shoulders because I don't want to be on the Zoladex anymore. And I have all of this data and all this information that I'm going to be presenting to my endometriosis doctor today. And this is going to be a massive appointment. I really hope that she listens to me and that she takes in all of the information, because I spent so much time last night. I was up way too late going through all of my notes from the past like 9 months of all these endomeds that I've been on and the correlation with my symptoms and looking at patterns. And I was doing all of this data retrieval and I put it in this really, really good timeline that's color coded by like symptom and date. And I'm so ready to be off of this Zoladex med. My hands feel better, my feet feel better from the neuropathy symptoms because the Zoladex is wearing off. I don't want to go back on it because I am convinced that the Zoladex is causing neuropathy, nerve damage symptoms in my body and other symptoms, and I do not want to be on this med anymore. And I am really scared about what my doctor will say because she has not been listening to me very well and doesn't believe that the Zoladex is causing these intense symptoms just because she's never seen them before, even though it's possible. My PCP on Wednesday said 1 to 5% of people who are on Zoladex have neuropathy symptoms. It is like proven. My PCP was like, I want you to go off these meds and we'll see if these meds are causing your symptoms. And so the stressful part is down the road. Somehow we have to suppress the endometriosis. I don't want to have surgeries every couple of years and continue to have this excruciating pain, but my symptoms have not changed and I've continued to be on the Zoladex. Even after surgery, my symptoms have not changed, but I did have 6 good days after surgery. And I think my bad days came back because of the Zoladex. So I'm really eager to see how my body does off of the Zoladex, what symptoms are my new normal, what symptoms could be from the Zoladex, what symptoms once that's out of my system still remain. Like, I just feel like such a huge weight off my shoulders. This is also an incredibly expensive med. She told me I'd have to be on all 3 of those meds the rest of my life: Zoladex, Premarin, and Provera. Zoladex is $900 every 3 weeks, and the injection, I can't inject it myself because it's a massive needle and you need 2 lidocaine shots to numb you. That costs $100 because it is not covered by insurance because it is experimental in the way that she's using it, and I like cannot afford to be on that the rest of my life. And so I don't know what will happen in the future of how I'm going to continue to treat and suppress my endometriosis, but I know and I feel so certain and confident in my decision, and my body is telling me that this is the right decision to go off the Zoladex, off of all the meds, and just see what is causing my horrible side effects and then go from there. And so this appointment today, it's in like an hour. It is gonna be so important. I don't know what's gonna happen. I really hope that she listens to all of this and works with me on a solution. But a possibility is that she doesn't support me in these decisions, and in the information that I've found, she just doesn't want to see that, and then I would be looking for a new doctor. And so this is a really important appointment, and I'm nervous because I want to say stuff in a respectful way. I want to show her the information that I found and then hear what she has to say, and I want to work together with her on this, but that might just not go how I would like it to go, and it might be a negative appointment. Either way, I feel very confident in my decision, and I really I'm so proud of myself for going back through the data that I've collected, because I take really careful notes, and finding more patterns than I've ever seen before. We will see what happens, but this feels like a very pivotal moment in my life and in my treatment. And so fingers crossed that this appointment goes really well. I'll keep you updated. All right, so I just had my appointment, and I think I really want to do a video at some point of how to be a prepared patient so that your doctor will listen to you, because this appointment went so well. I just felt incredibly prepared. I felt very confident in my questions, in my updates for her. I had everything written out. I had a script really of what I wanted to say, and I had a very, very intensive timeline. And she listened to me, and we are completely changing my treatment plan, and I am going off of the 3 meds that I believe are causing some wild symptoms like neuropathy and nerve damage and stuff, and I'm going back on a med that worked for me in the past. Not really sure, we can't remember why I went off of it, my parents and I can't, but it worked for me in the past. It actually suppressed my ovulation pain, and so we're gonna be increasing that med and seeing how that goes. And I am so ecstatic. I'm so far in the fight or flight. I'm gonna crash so hard this weekend, but I can't keep the smile off my face. This feels so aligned. Like, I feel like I'm doing what's right for my body, for my symptoms. I feel so excited. And who knows, maybe I will continue to have more good days. Like I had those 6 good days after surgery. Maybe the Zoladex and these other meds were causing such extreme symptoms to me. It can cause extreme fatigue and brain fog and stuff. Maybe they were causing such extreme symptoms that going off of them and going on to this other med will suppress the endo, and I could have more good days. And I'm just so excited, so thrilled. This feels perfectly aligned, and I feel like the rest of my life is just like working out how it should. And so just the brief thing I want to say, and I want to do a whole video on this, but what I did was I take notes. I don't take crazy detailed notes because I have been so fatigued and I felt so sick that I just take whatever notes I can. So for me, what that looked like is when I start a med, if I stop a med, if I notice a new symptom and try to look back, if it started gradually, when it might have started a little bit, or just when I really noticed it being super bad. If I have a new symptom, if that symptom worsens, if that symptom goes away, I try to do all of that. And so last night, what I did, this was in bed and this was all on my phone. It would have been so much easier on my laptop. But what I did is I went back through all my notes and tried to extrapolate the data that I thought was really important for the symptoms that I was having, for the medications I'm on, for this specific doctor. And that's what I did. And so I went back through not only my symptom list that I have on my phone, that I jot down anything I notice, I also went over doctor's appointments, the notes that I take for doctor's appointments. So I went through all of my notes for this endo doctor, and if I'd missed anything, I pulled it over into my timeline from those notes. I also went through notes that I had sent this doctor and my patient coordinator through the portal, and this was all on my phone. It was so difficult to do this. I just didn't have my laptop up with me, but I was finding all this really good information. I created this wild timeline, and so at some point, I think I'll even share this timeline and go through like what I went through to get this outcome, to have a doctor really listen, take me very seriously. Now that I not only was saying like, these are the symptoms I'm having, I showed her this timeline and when things were correlated, the patterns I was noticing. I mean, this made all the difference. And so it's so important to take as detailed notes as you can, because you never know what is going to be important looking back for different doctors, for, you know, possibly different things. And so, yeah, this is huge. I just feel like weight is off my shoulder. This med, Zoladex, was causing extreme depression, like severe depression, intrusive suicidal thoughts. And they've been better since I started a med called Premarin, which like evens out my hormones. But I don't want to be on the med the rest of my life that was causing me severe, like if I didn't go on the Premarin and if my parents hadn't been watching me 24/7 before I went on that med, I'm not sure I would be here today. And that is terrifying. And so I'm really, really grateful to be off of that med now. I'm not going to get any more. I'm not going to be on the Premarin and the Provera the rest of my life, because even those meds are very expensive. The Premarin, I was remembering, is like $900. And so that's, I think, for about 3 months worth, but that's still so much money. And I'm so grateful of the new treatment plan. And I'm so grateful to this doctor for listening to me, really paying attention to my timeline, and I went into detail, and she really, really looked at it And then we have a whole new treatment plan, and I'm so grateful. Like I want to cry, but I'm also so happy. I'm gonna cry happy tears because this is gonna change, I think, the rest of my life and my life treatment for endometriosis. And this is huge. This is like the best day. So I'm gonna go celebrate, but I'm also gonna go crash because I've been on such a adrenaline rush since I've been having these neuropathy symptoms, the burning pain in my hands and feet, which has gotten so much better over the last couple of days because the Zoladex is wearing off. So I'm gonna go celebrate with my family and enjoy this beautiful weather. The weather is incredible today. This is one of the most pivotal days of my life, I truly believe, because this is changing everything. And I'm so grateful. I'm hoping to have a much higher quality of life. I'm hoping to have more of those good days because I think these meds were just changing so much. And so, yeah, so at some point, I think I'm gonna do a whole video on how to be a prepared patient so that your doctor listens to you and takes you seriously. But that's all for now. I'm gonna go celebrate this massive, exciting change, and I can't wait to keep you all updated on what happens to my symptoms as I go off these meds and start on a new treatment plan. I feel like I'm back. I feel like the old Sierra. I know it's because I'm in the fight or flight right now, but I'm so grateful for the pivot in my life. So yeah, I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I will see you all soon when I update you on these meds. Bye.
So I think this has also been a lesson for all of us to be more proactive, asking questions, getting the information, and not just accepting what the doctor says, and understanding how these things work so that we're not just accepting what the doctor's saying and not knowing what that means or why we're doing something.
Yeah.
In fact, that would be another question for the next time is, what are there any warnings with the norepinephrine? What are the, what do you need to be looking out for? And how does it work? It would be helpful to understand a little bit more specifically how it works.
No, exactly. So like today, I just wanted to get off because it seemed to have gone well. You know, I didn't want her to overthink it. I liked the outcome. We were good. But like, yes, I would like to know more about the norepinephrine.
Okay, good.
So exciting.
Well. And so good. So it's a good positive feedback
to
all your efforts.
I'm so happy. I just feel this like immense weight like off my shoulders.
You know, it feels like you're back again. This seems like the Sierra that I know and have known in the past that's been gone for months now. That, you know, it just felt like she was engaged and she was interested and excited about what she was doing.
It feels right.
And all of those are positive things.
Yay.